Like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Holy yard sale, Batman. We've got a lot of red. I'm sure a lot of you are eager to find out what in the hell is going on here. Hang on there. This is just the crypto space. You'll be fine. Let's move into the charts and have a look at what we have. I've been busy here trying to play catch up, getting everything remapped as we start to find new supports and all those kind of things. So let's have a look here at BTC/USD on the 4-hour chart. Still haven't made it down to the oversold. Let's look at the 1 hour really quick. I imagine we're there. Yep. So we are getting primed and ready for a bounce. If you're kind of nervous, folks, when this kind of stuff happens, be sure and just trail stop losses or sell and rebuy. This is not financial advice, of course, but this can happen quite often here in the crypto space. This is not crypto winter, none of that kind of stuff. This is just volatility coming back in the crypto space. So let's have a look down here for you. We're going to look all the way over for some support. Got that off the 1 hour, so we'll move over to the left here. Sorry about that. There we go. Found our support there at the 52.06639. Go back to the 4 hour. We'll see what we're in for on the ride back up. So here we go. Getting zoomed back in. So resistance, we wish it was way up there to 57,000, but we're down here trying to climb back, rinse and repeat. We'll go to the 1 hour because I'm sure we're going to have a little bit more to encounter on the way back up. Trying to bounce here, so keep an eye on that. Resistance is going to be, there we go. There's one right up there at the 54,250.72. That's BTC/USD. And by the way, if you're in the chat out there and you're struggling a little bit, say something in the chat. We'll try to work with you. Helped a guy out last night. Happy to do that. That's why I'm here for. That's why I started this. Basically, what you're seeing is a lot of weak hands are coming into the space. They see it selling down. It's normal ins and outs, normal flows. The stock market sold off today, so lately BTC has been correlated with the SPY, so that always has some influence. So let's look here. Moving on to Ethereum. ETH/USD. Way oversold here on the 1 hour. Let's look at the, yep, we are oversold on the 4 hour as well. So scouting a bounce now as we get into the oversold territory, and that indicator is down here called the RSI, Relative Strength Index, this squiggly line at the very bottom. And when it gets below 30, usually, as you can see back here, indicates a bounce. So let's look for your support and resistance. I'll try to not be long-winded. I see I already lost one person. Said, the hell with this guy, talking too damn much. Just tell me when to buy and sell. This is not a pump channel. Wind moon. Right? So don't get hung up in that as well. So let's look down here at support to hold. Getting up there now at the 1553.93 resistance. Gonna have to look at the 1 hour. Break those candles up there. So yeah, we'll come back over here. Previous price action for resistance. There we go. We're gonna be right at the 1607.65, and if I didn't mention it, support holding at the 1553.93 for Ethereum, ETH/USD. Moving on to Binance Coin, BNB USD. We'll stay here on the 1 hour. Found some support. Bulls bought it back up. Everybody trying to buy the dips and timing it just right and being perfect, and everybody's buying Lamborghinis in the crypto space. So let's go down here. So we have resistance over here. Yep, right in that region there. I'll look a little closer here. There we go. 253.639. Support way down there to 239.296. So look for, what you're looking for is RSI to be oversold. Volume still coming in and forming a higher low as I've got all these reconfigured here, all these buy, evaluate, and sell levels to accommodate the new pivot, the swing high and the swing low for you. That's what I do. Let's move on to ADA USD. Cardano. We're going to have support at still in the 1 hour if you're charting along with me, which I hope you are. And that's why we do these things. If you're just buying and selling when somebody's pumping and dumping, you're buying their profit for them. Just remember that. Resistance up here at the $1.10. Support down to $1.02 for ADA Cardano. And just getting into the oversold. I'll try to mention that as we go along. I'm not going to keep it too late here. Let's move on to PolkaDot, DOT USD, down 12.78%. So opportunity, should you care to get involved with that. So we have support all the way down here on the 1 hour. We'll scoot over on this previous swing low at the 27.79. And then we'll see if we can try to find all the support down here used to be. Support is now resistance. So look it down there at the 29.74. To climb back up. You see the RSI way down here in the 20s. So extremely oversold on PolkaDot. Keep that in mind. That's on the 1 hour. Let's see on the 4 hour. Yep, oversold as well. So scouting out a bounce attempt here for DOT USD. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Litecoin shed about 4.15% pounds as it went on a diet today with the others. We have support sitting down here at the, yeah, it looks like we got some strong level right there at the, let's move the wrong one. Sorry about that. Let's get the resistance out of the way for the time being. There we go. Zooming in on the 4 hour. Coming over here. There's our support holding right there at the 1.7726. Resistance on the climb back up. Let's see if we can manage that for you real quickly. Right there on the top of that candle. Top of that one as well. At the 181.58 for LTC USD. Moving on to Chainlink, LINK USD. As we go through this, hope you'll notice some of these are still remaining strong, even though we did have a massive sell-off. We shed about, I don't know, 150 billion in the altcoin market. Pretty decent haircut for the day, but that's okay. Everything's on sale. Support down there at the 23.72. Coming back up for LTC, or sorry, LINK. Yep, there's a good resistance level at the moment at the 25.53. And I will mention you do have the 12, 26, and 100-day moving averages that come into play here as we make the climb back up. So hopefully the bulls have their bull pants on and we'll be just fine. Moving on to Stellar. I did sell a little bit of Stellar today as we got up here. I should say I sold a little early when we met resistance at that 100-day moving average. Shed a little bit of that. I wanted to switch over, and I'll mention that towards the end. I did buy some ONE, aka Harmony. wanted to get get my feet wet with that particular one, and we'll add that to the watch list as well. So looking down on XLM USD, reason being, folks, it's just going sideways. So not much activity, and just kind of got bored with it, which is not really technically what you should do. But anyway, support 0.353. Resistance will slide over here to the left, and we'll need to break that up some in the 1 hour time frame. Still looking for where that resistance level is going to be. Right off of that swing low there is going to be the first level at the 0.3672 for XLM USD. Doge went on sale as well today. Got all the way down. Still, we got a support level here on this swing low, so we'll leave that there. Doge tends to overshoot when everybody has their panic pants on. So we'll leave that one there for you at the 0.0501. So look for that to hold the 0.05 psychological. Pretty much consistent there with Doge. And then we do have the resistance. Let's zoom in just a tiny bit here. There we go. Resistance sitting right up there. First go at the 0.0538 for Doge. Doge getting a good bounce. So looking good there, but let's go, Doge. Did not get into the oversold. So that's a good sign. Let's look at VET Vechain. Vechain look a little bit better. Did not get into the oversold. Managed to bounce. So we have a bounce attempt in play at the moment. Looking down on this swing low at the 0.0810. And wish we had resistance up there, but no, we got to get back through all these moving averages, and trying to spot that one is a little bit difficult. There we go. Right there. I'm going to go with that big candle. Had more volume. So resistance sitting there at the 0.08741 for VET/USD. Let's look at the Vechain token, VTHO USD. Like I said, sitting in better shape. Support sitting there at the 0.0161. Resistance up at the 0.0209. So lightly up. I shouldn't say that. Decent amount of volume on the previous candle there on the we're on the 1 hour. We'll switch over the 4 hour candle for you. Get a little bit of zoom out for you. There we go. So RSI is in good shape, right down the middle. So VTHO USD, that's the one I helped a guy out with last night. He was in a bad way. Moving on to FIL USD. Look at, managed to get right down here and all these wicks of these candles. We'll go the 1 hour just in case. Yeah, you see the tops of all these now become support, as well as we do have the 26-day moving average scooping up underneath the 12 up above us, and the 100-day beneath us. So 1 hour time frame looks pretty strong. Lots of volume, RSI in good shape. FIL USD holding up pretty good. We'll switch to the 4 hour. Looking up at that resistance, right in that sales target at the 94.194 if you did not manage to get out over the last day on this particular swing trade here. So in good shape with FIL USD, still up 6.82%, still in the green. Let's have a look at IOTA, down 14.43%. Decent amount of drop, did come down through the 100-day moving average. Trying to close above. That's what we're looking for, folks. We want to see that thing close above this moving average and just ride it right up to the top. You see we've been poking around. Then we got the 26-day here. Then we have the 12. So those are going to be resistance level on the way back up. So meanwhile, back at the back cave, we have resistance going to sit there at the 1.445 and support holding on that swing low down there. sorry, not the swing low, on this support at the 1.4172. IOTA, looking at comp USD. Comp we've been watching this one. It's been struggling, so keep that in mind for this particular one. We haven't been able to gain any ground. We've come up, met resistance, come up, met resistance, failed. You know, we couldn't get above the 12. We couldn't get above the 26 up here. So looking a little bit weak for this particular one. And RSI is almost into the oversold. So we got your support off the 1 hour at the 339.33. And the first line of resistance on the climb back up is going to be a 366.44. But this is crypto, so just keep your eyes on the charts. Let's move on to basic attention coin. Down 6.54% for the day. Trying to close above the 100-day moving average. So that would be a good sign for the bulls, as we did find support over here at the 0.9348. Lost that $1 mark, but we're going to come up and challenge it again. RSI in good shape, and we have resistance sitting there right at the $1. So that's going to be your first line of resistance on the climb back up, and then we got the 1226 above there to work our way through. Let's look at Ethereum, ETC, USD, I should say, Ethereum Classic. Do that all the time, so forgive me. We do have the support measured off of the 1 hour support, previous price action. So support sitting there at 11.229, and resistance on the climb back up. This pivot is going to be an issue, and RSI alerts going off left and right. So we'll get through here, folks. So resistance sitting there at the 11.55 for ETC USD. Moving on to Mana, MANA USD. Only down, well, basically just barely down, almost sideways for the day, or flat. Maintain support right there at the 0.8172, trying to find its way as it tags along with the 100-day moving average. We still have the 26 and over the 12. That's going to be resistance. So first line of resistance on previous price action. We'll use the body of that candle because it's going to be just under that 12-day moving average once it comes down. So looking down there at that 0.878 for Mana USD. Let's have a look at ZIL USD, down almost 5%. Big giant candle, sold it all the way down as panic pants. Let go of it pretty quick and easy. So support sitting there to 0.1530, and resistance gonna be right there on the climb back up, 0.1665. Watch the 100-day. We need to close above there, or it's going to become resistance. You see, we did try to go all the way up to challenge the 26-day moving average, rejected there. So rejected off of that. RSI looking okay for ZIL USD. Moving on to NU USD. All right, we're getting down into, that had the stop level. I'm going to move that down because I have exited this trade. Have my normal, waddle. But we're going to find you a new support level here. In fact, I'm going to go to the daily on this one here because we need to get something rock solid to fall back on. So it looks like we are trying to get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. There we go. Having a look at support right down there at the 0.514, and we'll switch back to the 4 hour so we can see. There we go. Anticipate closing above. We're just kind of pushing through here, overshot, but I'm looking for resistance up there to 0.59. So watching out here, we are got some wiggle room to go down a little further here for NUUSD. And just watch that RSI, still not oversold, probably oversold on the 1 hour. Yes, we are. So coming down, oversold on the 1 hour. Once we get into the 4 hour, we should see, yep, seeing a bounce potential for NUUSD. Moving on to NMRUSD. Zooming in here, finding support down here to 40.992. And let's get the resistance. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to chart all these up here before we started. Resistance there to 43.896 for NMR USD. RSI is still okay, so just keep an eye on oversold. GRT USD. I promise I won't say it anymore. So we shot way past some support here. Did catch that support off of this previous low, swing low here. So we got support at the 1.3353, and we'll encounter some resistance on the way back up. Probably need to look at the 1 hour. Don't be lazy. There we go. Gonna need to get past this swing low on the 1 hour. So resistance gonna be around the 1.454, and then you're gonna have these moving averages converging up above. So watch those things. Heading over to UNI, Uniswap. Uniswap down 12.48%, so it's moving a little bit more. That's basically what you want. If you're trading these things, you want volatility. So welcome to the crypto world. You get it. Basically, we're looking at support to hold at the 25.597, resistance up here at the 27.93 for Uniswap, UNI, USD. AAVE got through that support level I had previously. We have plenty of wicks down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So nice level of support to lean back on the $300 mark. So this roughly say $300, but 300.275 USD. Watching those psychological numbers as we always do, and then we can look up at the yep. There we go. 317.13. So you got some wiggle room here to climb back up for AAVE USD. We are oversold on the 4 hour time frame. So scouting a bounce, I'll be watching that one tonight. MKR USD. Got through that previous support level there. Got one more to go. So sitting there at the 17, we'll say roughly 1775. Oversold on the RSI. And then resistance going to be, you can see here how it works out. You got the resistance level, it was here, and then that became support over here at a later date. So resistance sitting there at the 1912.29. So got some wiggle room. What is that for MKR? Yeah, that would be a 8% gain there for you if you're day trading for MKR USD. Let's look at audio. Still up. Audio holding strong and mighty. As you can see, sitting up there, that is the all-time high. I should mark that. I'll do that. Should have to do that. We just double click and we type in all-time high. There we go. Still have the all-time high in our range in view. Support down here at the, let's look at the 1 hour. There we go. We can see the CHZ. Are we dead? CHZ. Are we dead? There we go. We're back live again. Saw the spinning wheel of death. Got worried about it. So looking down here at support for CHZ USD, we're on the 1 hour. Zoomed in. Struggling to keep our string together for the internet connection. There we go. Resistance there right at the 0.50, you might say. So 0.492. And support holding up at the 0.472 for CHZ USD. We'll switch over to the 4 hour for you there. You see how we rejected off this 100-day on the climb up, created resistance. So we're going to look for the bulls to buy us up through there and get above that 100-day moving average as we're about to get that 112-day cross. So watch that. That can usually send us down into some further support hunting for CHZ USD. Looking at Theta extremely strong. Holding support at the 10.852. Got up there to the all. We can still see the all-time high sitting there nice and pretty. And then resistance going to be right there at the 11.72. And all-time high sitting up there at the 15.08 for Theta. Did manage to drop 11.95% at the moment, but it's a big mover. So you get your, if you're looking for volatility, Theta is your man or woman for that matter. Let's look at ENJ USD. ENJ got support right down there. And I'll imagine, go to the 1 hour, see where all that came from. There it is. There we are, right at the $2 mark. Should have saw that. That's your $2 psychological, and then we'll go back to the 4 hour here. So resistance is going to be coming into play as you start to encounter these moving averages. You got the 100, the 12, and the 26, all about to converge here. So keep an eye on the support levels. Volume's looking strong. RSI is in good shape for ENJ USD. So the NFT tokens are looking strong. As you might expect, they kind of made their run today in the stock market as well. So let's look at a brand new one I've just added to the watch list, ONE USD. ONE USD, aka Harmony. Another NFT play. So all the NFTs are the rage at the moment. And Harmony is tradable on Binance US if you're part of that. Other ways to get a hold of it if you're here. So holding support, we came up, got all the way up there. Was that all-time high? I don't even have that tracking yet. I imagine so. Let's look at the weekly real quick. Yep, there's the all-time high sitting up there to 0.2202. So watch this one closely though if you're playing it, because we are on the top of this thing, and keep those stops nice and tight. Don't fall asleep. Never. Support 0.1828. Might as well say the resistance. Yeah, we could draw you a brand new line for that one. There we are. At the 0.1970. Just what we do have the 12, the 26 and 100-day moving average beneath us. So riding that train, we just added that one today. Actually took a position. I started scaling in about right in here, I think it was. Yeah, there's that. It's today's candle, right? So that is ONE USD. Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance, slightly up now. So things have kind of switched. So we went from heavily weighted altcoins, you can see here in the chart. Now folks moved into Bitcoin, had a big run up, panic pants, sold. So back up to the 61.48%. So Bitcoin dominance slightly up. We were up about, I think it was about 1% or so. Yeah. Earlier today, this morning, in fact. Let's look at total market cap before we get out of here. Total market cap for way down. I shouldn't say way. Only 3.85%. Sorry about that. Way overestimated. Way. So down to 159. So 1,600,000,000,000. So we shed about, what was that? About 100 billion in the total market cap today. Looking for that to come back. It's probably sitting on exchanges with fresh powder. Everybody going to buy it back up. So just keep your eye on those RSI levels, eye on the volume. Watch for those bounce of tips and keep bounce the temps, and keep those stop losses. Okay, I'm done. Can't talk anymore. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you at 6:45 a.m. tomorrow.